Alright everyone, this is part 2 of 3 on the Galactic Overlord preview set, just to show you guys all the cards, at least the ones that are released so far, and to just talk about them a little bit. I hope this will help you guys in your choosing for what to pick up at the sneak, or what to play, or just what to think about for the future the next few months before Return of the Duelist comes out. Okay, today we're going to start talking about Lightrays. It is a archetype that I'm very excited about, just because I've always preferred Light Sworn and Light Monsters over how powerful Konami has made the Darks. I think it's a little bit one-sided. So anyway, let's start with Lightray Sorcerer. As you can see, it's just like Chaos Sorcerer in the art, and very similar in the effect, in the fact that once it's on the field, you can, you know, pretty much banish a target on your opponent's side of the field, but it's a little bit different. So it can't be normal, summon, or set. That's pretty simple. Must be special summoned from your hand while 3 or more of your light monsters are banished, which Lightray Grepher and others will help with that. And you can't special summon it any other way. Once per turn, you can target one of your banished light monsters and one face-up monster on the field. You shuffle the banished one back into the deck, which is great, and then you banish the other target. You know, removing the one from removed from play back into the deck, I say is great. It's not as ideal as removing one from the graveyard, but it's still very, very good. You know, so if you use that effect, you can't attack it. That's very, very simple and very normal. So I like this guy quite a bit. I just don't know if he's going to be it looks like, you know, a rare. I still think he deserves to be a holo, so maybe they'll upgrade him. Okay, Lightray Daedalus. Daedalus is kind of a, I don't know, I think it's a great card. It reminds me of Ocean Lord, of course, because of the name and also the art and a little bit of the effect. It says, can't be normal, summon, or set, which is normal. I mean, it's a 7-star, 2600, good effect. Must be special summoned from your hand by having 4 more light monsters in your graveyard, which it doesn't say different names, it just says 4 more light, so very, very easy to do, and can't be special summoned any other way. Once per turn, you could target 1 field spell card and 2 other cards in the field and destroy them. So this guy, I think, is going to be in side decks quite a bit in the right, and of course it has to be in a light deck, but I mean, can you imagine this being in your Light Sworn side deck and you're playing against Necro Valley? And you can just drop this guy, blow up their field spell, blow up 2 other cards. Now it does say and 2 other cards on the field. It doesn't say your opponent's, but it doesn't say up to 2. But don't you think it's worth it to destroy your own cards to get rid of that Necro Valley? You know, you're not going to throw this in a Gear Town deck because that deck doesn't run enough lights to support this, even though that would be pretty broken. You know, of course, you know, people are always going to think about Dark World. So this is still a fantastic card, and I think it will be, I really wish it was a holo, ultra rare, or something like that. I don't know the confirmed rarity of it, but great card. I hope it gets a lot of play in the deck. I've seen people drop it on me on DN. Okay, this guy is Gear Free, the big 2800 beat stick. It can't be normal, summon, or set. Must be special summoned from the hand by having 5 or more light monsters with different names, so similar to a JD. Can't be special summoned other ways. Once per turn, when a magic and trap card is activated while you control only warrior monsters, which, I don't know, that's kind of crazy because some of the other light rays are spellcasters and other things. But if you control only warriors, you can banish 1 warrior monster from your graveyard and negate the activation of that card and destroy it. But it is only once per turn. So I'm guessing Lightray Grepher, he's a warrior, he would be ideal. Not really sure what else to do with that guy. And this is the guy that I get my butt kicked on DN. Must be special summoned by having 5 or more light monsters with different names in your graveyard. So I think he's better because his effect is you can banish a light monster from your graveyard to target 1 set card your opponent controls, reveal the target, and return it to either the top or bottom of the deck. So, you know, you take a magic and trap card they had and you just put it on the bottom of the deck. So it can be pretty devastating. And he gave me just dropped, and yeah, he's very, very good. I hope he's not a secret though, even though he kind of looks like he's going to be. I should have looked that up before I did the video. I'm pretty sure he is a secret. While this card is face up on the field, so Dragon Witch, Protector Dragons, 4-star Dark, which is unfortunate, and you can't target dragon monsters for attack, so that's nice. So if this card in the field will be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can send a dragon monster from your hand to the graveyard instead. I guess similar to a Six Samurai effect of just protecting certain dragons. So I like that it protects from battle or card effect. I think that's really good. Obviously it doesn't protect from being banished or from being bounced. So, you know, whatever. But still a pretty good card. Okay, Absorb Jar. I'm very happy about this card coming out, even though I don't see it getting a ton of play. I think just because it's a jar, I love it. I also like that it's a rock, but it destroys all magic and trap on the field, so it's a flip heavy storm, which is unique. Very cool card. But then each player draws cards equal to the number of cards destroyed by the effect, so it could be a major plus for your opponent. And then you can't set any of your cards after that, so, or before that. It says this turn, before or after. It really doesn't matter. So in other words, if you set cards, you can't flip this guy up, for instance. So anyway, just let me know what you guys think about that. Definitely curious, because I think it will, I guess you could use it in a deck out deck, or you could, you know, I would run it in a rock stun deck, but the problem is you don't want to give them any more ammunition to kill you with. The deck's already slow enough. Okay, red-blooded Oni, similar to blue-blooded Oni, as you can see right back here in the background. You can see the little blue-blooded. When this card is special summoned from the grave by the effect of a zombie-type monster, in other words, Zombie Master is usually what first comes to mind, or the Zombie Dragon if Zombie World's on the field. You can even do even more shenanigans. You could target a zombie-type monster you control, detach a material from a monster on the field, so it's pretty darn good. You know, you can really... let's say Zombie Master is already on the field and Log is on the field. You could just use Zombie Master's effect, bring this out, and make them use their materials. That target gains 1 level and 300 attack. So I don't really see this getting a lot of play, even though it's kind of cool and the attack is decent. 1700 4-star. Okay, Flame Tiger. A lot of you guys aren't going to like this. I have a specific thing in mind to do with this guy, so I kind of like him. But a lot of you don't realize his effect being not very good kind of outweighs something I'll bring up in a second. During your draw phase, if this card is in your graveyard and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card instead of conducting your draw. So it's an 1800 4-star. You can just throw into the field to exceed with, or you can just throw it on the field to beat somebody down with. I think the art's fantastic, but here's what I'm going to do with it. It is a beast, but it is a fire. So, Flameville Fire Dog, anybody? No, because I think that has to be Pyro. So, what about Rekindling? I don't know. What do you guys think? Does any of that work? Think about it. But if this card is special summon in the way, banish it when it leaves the field. So you exceed with it. Okay, Wandering Force. I like Wandering Force. I don't love it, but it'd be better, I think, if it was an Earth, but it's not like it'd be dramatically better. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can tribute the card to target a face-down defense position monster opponent controls and destroy it. So ideally, you would attack something, kill something, and then tribute it off for maybe like a face-down Snowman Eater, Raikou, whatever. Okay, I don't need to really talk about this guy. He is insane. 3 level 8s, but you can use Galaxy Photon Dragon as just alone. So when this card is Exceed Summon using Galaxy Photon Dragon as a material, you can negate the effects of all other face-up cards currently on the field. It's like a huge skill drain for everything. Pretty broken. Anyway, as we know, if you really take some time to think about it, Galaxy Photon is really easy to get on the field. Once per turn, you can detach XYZ, why do I keep saying that? Exceed material from this card. Detach all other Exceed materials from monsters your opponent controls. This turn, this card gains 500 attack, like it really needs it, but okay. For each Exceed material detached by this effect, and during this turn's battle phase, this card can attack equal to the number of Exceeds material detached. So, I guess unless Dalk is out, this guy's going to be a game winner. Because he's going to gain attack, and he can gain how many attacks he gets. You know, you could really hurt somebody bad with this. I doubt most people are ever going to have more than 2 Exceeds on the field, unless you run into like a wind-up deck and they haven't looped you, and they've got 3 carriers and like a Giga on the field. You could really super punch them in the face. So that could be fun. You just got to make sure you don't get things warninged. Even though I think we're going to see less warnings because of priority going away. Okay, number 32, Marine Biting Dragon Shark Drake. This is one of my new favorites. 3 level 4s. So, in other words, nobody is ever going to play Illuminite ever again. I don't think. Once per turn, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can detach a material from this card. You get to special summon that destroyed monster from the graveyard to your opponent's side of the field in attack position with its attack reduced by 1,000. Then during this battle phase, this card can attack again. So yes, you're putting a monster on their side of the field, but you're reducing it by 1,000, and this guy's huge. He is easily going to be one of everybody's new favorites. I think he's going to be worth something for a while because he's the highest attack of any monster except for Acid Golem, of any Exceed monster. So he's a pretty big deal, I think. I think he's an ultra rare. I sure hope he is. Photon Streak Bouncer I like quite a bit. 2 level 6s, so it's going to, in a lot of ways, replace Exabeetle, even though Exabeetle is very good. Once per turn, when a monster your opponent controls activates its effect, you can detach a material from this card, negate the effect, and inflict 1,000 damage. So this is your poor man's Dolka. Very easy to get out. I'm going to play him in my Evol deck when I don't want to bring out Solda, even though Solda is actually a little better. He is 100 more than Solda, but he is the best rank 6 in the game, even though there's only a few. You know, there's Solda and Exabeetle out there. Fantastic guy. I'm pretty darn sure he is a super, so you'll see quite a few of these running around. Pick them up as fast as possible. Okay, Photon Butterfly Assassin. I think I mentioned that earlier when I was in the last video about it being one of my new favorites. It's not broken, but I think it's nicely balanced. 2 level 4s. Dude, 2100's not garbage, but it's not exciting. But once per turn, you can detach material from this card. Change 1 defense position monster your opponent controls into face-up attack. So yes, it's going to suck if you hit a Snowman or a Raikou. But if you're trying to, if they're stalling with like a Spirit Reaper, that'd be hilarious because you can decrease his attack by 600. I don't know. I don't know if that targets it once it's face up. You decreasing its attack, it might kill the Reaper. But let's focus on, let's say, Searchers. Or other things. You just want to deal some damage. So this guy's pretty good, and he goes with the deck very well because there is one of the effect monsters of the butterflies that, when a position is changed, it becomes a better card. So okay, even though this is an ultra rare, it doesn't seem to be pre-selling for much. I don't see it being exciting. It's the other rank 6, which I'm glad they're going to knock out a lot of rank 6s and 7s and get some of these higher rank monsters out, because there's dragon decks running around, and we got Heradic dragons as well, and it's not as hard to make those things anymore. Okay, so Full Metal Photoglide Focus Force is crazy name. Look at the art, it's just weird. It's a floating camera with, I guess, weapons and attachments. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach material from this card to target 1 face-up level 5 or higher monster your opponent controls, and the effects are negated until the end of the turn. Okay, it's a rank 6 with a 2800, so that's pretty huge. I just don't think it's that great. I mean, it only gets it till the end of the turn, I guess, and it says level 5 or higher, so you can't really negate any Exceed monsters. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I guess you could negate, continuous things. You could negate monsters that hurt you. I don't know. I mean, it's not like people run Genzo as much as they used to or anything like that, but there's other things you can do out there. So let me know what you guys think about this. But it does say either player's turn, which is nice. So if a BLS is dropped, this guy could help you, but then it just gets attacked over. So alright guys, let me know what you guys think. Thunderclap Knight Gaia Dragon art is pretty cool. Like I said a second ago, it's a high rank monster. Really nice to have those. you can, it's weird. It says you can also exceed summon this card by using one face-up rank 5 or higher exceed monster you control as the material. Mind control anyone? Steal their monster, rank 5 or higher, 6 for, Tyrus, Adrius, and Mile, whatever, and then you just drop this guy on top. So I think mind control is going to be getting even more play than it did, with Utopia Ray on top of Utopia. Exceed materials attached to that monster also become exceeds to this card. So, it could get stupid. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing. So having extra materials really doesn't help you at all. He just has piercing. But I guess it has to have an effect for the sake of the materials. Okay, I was going to put a Trishula right here next to this, but I decided not to. Look at the art. Look at the way the wings are. Instead of 3 heads coming out, it's got the the hands and nothing else, but then even the tail. This is the exact pose for Trish. I thought that was kind of crazy. Okay, 2 level 6 dragons, so hieratic dragons, obviously. Once per turn, you can detach material from this card, special summon 1 dragon monster from your deck, and make its attack and defense 0. It doesn't say dragon normal, or it makes it a normal. It just says special summon a dragon from your deck. It cannot attack this turn. You activate the effect, but that doesn't mean it can't still have an effect. So this card's a little bit broken. There's some stupid combos this thing can do. So pick these up. I think this is also an ultra, so pick it up as soon as you can. And the big boy, Hieratic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. I think it's a little bit unfair. As you can see right here, these question marks, they didn't really confirm anything just yet with the effect. I mean, you can kind of read it. It's hard to tell, though, on YuGiOh. So if you take 2 level 8s, doesn't have to be normals, but it can be. Once per turn, you can detach a material from this card, attribute any number of monsters from your hand or on your side of the field. And I think what this question marks is like maybe a maximum. Then destroy an equal number of cards on the field, any part of the field. So this guy can get really stupid, and he's 3,000. So the effect is right here. You can't really tell. I'm pretty sure I can see, like right there, I can see a number 1. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about that. Okay, Queen Dragoon. I don't know if you guys remember, a long time ago in a land far away, there was a King Dragoon. And it was a fusion monster. I think it was like a level 6 or something like that. And you used to use it with your Horus level 8 deck, and you used to lock him down. It was really stupid because I think he negated the card effects that destroyed maybe his monster effects or whatever. And then you got Horus level 8 locking down spells, and then you had to roll Decree out locking down traps. So it was an OTK pretty much, or not an OTK, but just a control where you really couldn't do anything. Okay, oh sorry. 2 level 4s, 2200. Okay. Dragon type monsters, except this, cannot be destroyed by battle. It's not horrible. Once per turn, you can detach a material from this card to target 1 level 5 or higher dragon monster in your grave and just special summon it. Its effects are negated and it cannot attack this turn. Okay. I don't really care because you can get this girl out, bring out a dragon, remove it, and bring out Red Eyes Darkness Metal. Stupid unfair. Good card. Okay, Exostag. I guess the baby brother to Exobeetle. 2 level 5 insect type monsters, so very specific. I guess from what I was told, Gruff is a card that Insectors are probably going to be playing, and this helps. This is what you make with it. It's only got 800 attack, but it says once per turn, you can detach a material from this card to target 1 monster your opponent controls or in your opponent's graveyard, which is kind of cool. Equip it to this card. So you could steal a big Synchro or a big Exceed or whatever. This card gains attack and defense equal to half of the equipped monster's attack and defense. So, you steal 2,000 and this guy becomes 18. It's not horrible. I don't really see, there's so many other better 5s, but, then again, I'm wrong about a lot of things.